gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I'm joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Dude, I'm already over the cold.
Yeah, I know. I'm not happy about it.
No, I worked the other night, and I spilt water all over my shirt, and it was like 36 degrees, and I kept having to run stuff outside. Yeah.
Man, I got up and when I went to get coffee this morning and do a couple like errands, it was like 27. Dude, it was crazy.
Sucks. Do you have heated seats?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. This is the first car I've ever had that had heated seats.
The problem
Can't go back.
The problem is when you get out, like if you've been in that heated seat for too long and you get out and your ass just starts to feel soaked. You know what I'm talking about? That cold air hits that warm booty.
Yeah. I got AC seats, and that's weird.
AC seats?
Uh-huh. They cool you down in the summertime. So when you get in, the leather's not burning your ass up.
What? Like it runs air through it?
Yeah. It goes cold and hot. Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, when I pick up a pizza in the summertime, I put on the seat warmers so that I just put the pizza on there, and it's like a little
Keeps
hot
it hot.
tray.
Oh, there you go.
That's all.
I've never thought to do that.
Dude, I buckle it in. I'm a crazy person.
Yeah, you're...
Because one time I got Mexican for the whole family, and I hit the brakes, and it just fucking ruined the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean whole car full of fucking fajitas.
You have to drive.
Dude.
Oh, man.
It was like a short stop. Like somebody just slammed on the brakes. It was like...
Still sizzling.
Oh, dude.
I mean, you got to drive extra careful if you got food in the car like that, you know?
You have to drive like a baby's on board.
Yeah.
That's why I buckle it in now. This safety first.
You've been putting it in the car seat. Keegan's got a Chick-fil-A bag in a car seat.
That's so funny. I got the fucking shade so it doesn't get the sun on it.
Yeah. You're putting...
Dude, we Christina's talking about getting a minivan.
I mean...
Well, you got to think about it. We have two kids, and it's like, right now we have no space. So it's like if we have the kids, we can't bring anything. It's like already tough because you got a stroller, a diaper bag. You can't even fucking...
That's why people get them.
Exactly. I was like, this is why it happens.
And here's the thing. I respect a minivan because a minivan was my first car. And I was given... Have I told you this story? The minivan? Wait. My first minivan?
No. You got to tell that story, but let me get this straight. You went minivan to motorcycle?
I had both.
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah, buddy.
The duality of man, dude. Nobody knew your next move. You pulled up in a minivan. You pulled up on a fucking hog.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a fast bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I bought a 650 at 17, dude, ripping that thing around. Yeah.
It made me sick to my stomach when my father-in-law talked about getting the girls a four-wheeler. Because I was just like, dude, I'm gonna have to fight you over this?
Like, I had one of those too, man. It's fun. It's fun. You don't need like a huge one.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, get one that you can ride too, you know?
I know. I'm just not.
Keep it fun.
Jesus Christ.
The thing is, you gotta get them on a four-wheeler young and like drive with them.
Yeah, hopefully we have somewhere to ride a four-wheeler. That's
the
goal, I think. And then when it snows, fuck yeah, dude. Snow day four-wheeler.
Dude, ripping around?
Dude, every time it snows, you see people with four-wheelers just like... Yes.
Doing some donuts, man.
Yeah. We had a dude that was, when it snowed in Georgia, he was picking people up from the neighborhoods on his four-wheeler to bring you back to the bar. It was the bar back. He was just like,
that's
fucking,
awesome.
Dude.
That guy got tipped that night, I bet.
Bro, I was like, hey, and the bartenders, they just... We're open. They're like, yeah, we'll come in. We'll open up for y'all. We got the heat on. Yeah, I was like, these guys are making. Dude, that was a bartender. One of the first times I ever saw a bartender do this. He didn't smoke cigarettes, but kept a pack of cigarettes, Marlboro Lights behind the bar. And so when people would be like, because you could smoke in the bar, people would be like, hey, do you have a cigarette? He'd be like, on me, dude, and hand out free cigarettes. He's like, it cost me X amount of dollars to buy a pack of cigarettes.
But
He's
they're
like,
going to tip you for that.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this
That's
guy's a
good
classic bartender.
Move.
Yeah. I do it at weddings. Like when I was up in North Georgia, I would do it. I'd bring like an extra pack of cigarettes. Because when you're up there at like a wedding venue and everybody's hammered, they can't leave and go to a gas station.
I think
start extorting people.
I think if I had a pack of cigarettes, I would start smoking again.
It's tough.
It
burns a hole in your pocket.
It's very easy for me to not smoke because like it's easy to make the decision and just not buy them.
Yeah.
But like if I just had a pack around, I would get drunk one of these nights and be like, let me spark one of these. At it. For old time's sake, let's spark one of these guys up.
What are we doing here? Dude, it was hard. I went back for Thanksgiving and it was tough. My whole family smokes. And that's like the first time I've really been, because I haven't really been out to bars. I've been just taking care of the girls. So I like walking outside and was like, oh, that smells good. You see a pack and you're like, damn,
I do still love the smell.
Cool. Oh, the smell. And they were sitting by a heater out on the porch. I was like, fuck. That's a good cigarette.
That's a nice little friend circle right there.
That's a great cigarette. With your aunts and your cousins and somebody's telling a fun story.
They're getting you some dirt.
Oh, yeah. It's always about whoever somebody brought. My cousin brought her new boyfriend. Everybody's like, have you seen this fucking It's a den of wolves in my family, dude. I
heard he's into woodworking as a hobby. What a fucking loser.
The best is when somebody says something and you catch one of your cousins across the room like, motherfucker.
Or so like somebody says something too loud and you see him look over.
Yeah, you're like, dude, my cousin Brandy is the worst about that. You're like, Brandy, lower your voice.
Any girl named Brandy cannot speak quiet.
You're like, Brandy, dude. Aunt Linda's right there.
If you're named after liquor.
Yeah, she's wild, dude. I would love to have her on the podcast. She'd be too much.
Like, is this like a lady that we shouldn't feel comfortable giving my address to?
No. She's just wildly funny and like can roast with the best of them, dude. I mean, if she gets you and she starts making fun of you at Thanksgiving, you're just praying that she finds somebody else to roast. You're like, yeah, but look at Uncle Rick, dude. This fucking guy.
I don't know, man.
Like, you'll go in there and be like, I hope nobody says anything about me getting caught with weed. And then the first thing they say is like, oh, shit, Bob Marley's here. You're like, damn, dude. That shit happened to me when I was 14. They stopped prayer. Like, when everybody was like, we're going to bow our heads. My cousin Ryan looked over and goes, everybody keep an eye on Keegan while we close our eyes. Don't want him sparking up. I was like, dog. Dude, my cousins are dying laughing because everybody knows. All my mom's
family's
sisters, they
so
tell
cordial.
Everything. No, they tell everything. So all your business was out there all the time. So you went to Thanksgiving knowing that all these people know everything I've done wrong in the last. Yeah. So when it was like 16, 17, everybody was like, so what are you doing? Did you wreck your car? What are you doing? Yeah.
My family is gossiping, but like they're very like polite. It's very Midwestern.
Yeah. No, you better come ready to.
I feel like my mom's side would be more like that. They're Oklahoma people. Mm-hmm. I feel like, but we didn't spend a ton of holidays there growing up.
You know what the best was? Is when you would bring somebody one year and everybody was very nice to the girl you brought. And then you broke up with that girl, and then you get to hear the story of what everybody really thought about the situation. You're like, damn, dude. Yeah.
I've never had that. Thank God.
Well, it's like when you have cousins, it's like if I don't see you for at least 2 Thanksgivings, well, my family's too big. It's like I'll be nice, but it's like I'm not.
Don't know you anymore.
I'm not gonna like give you a bunch of time. It's like no, you got to come to at least 2 or 3. Then once I start seeing you at your like 3rd Christmas, I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
Once you come,
it's like comedy. It's like open mics. You can't just make friends with every new person you see. Because most of them are going to quit.
Yeah, you're like, Zach's definitely bringing somebody new next year. I can't. Yeah. It's a tough family. It's a tough family to come into. I mean, dude, we took the girls to my dad's side of the family, and they fucking were so excited to see them. And the girls just screamed. It was like a haunted house. People were jumping out from behind shit. And they were just,
oh, man.
Like, no, don't kiss them.
I feel like my family's far more, like, we're an odd family situation more than a wild family.
But my family's loud.
We have some wild branches. For sure.
Yeah.
Any big family, there's a few branches that are really reaching out there and seeing what's going on.
It's a great way to put it.
But like for the most part, it like pretty Midwestern, nice, but just weird people.
I am one of the more calm people in my family. It's a lot of people that are a lot louder than me and a lot more than me.
I don't know. I'm pretty average in most ways, including my family. Except for doing this.
Yeah, you got a big family too, though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of people.
What'd you do for Thanksgiving this year?
I did my favorite thing to do on most holidays.
Yeah.
Which is I had like 18 Coors Lights. And I made myself a steak and played Starfield.
Nice, dude. That sounds nice. Yeah,
I didn't have to like do a thing.
No travel. That's the big one. You didn't have to fucking travel.
Yeah, I got everything I needed the day before. It's the best way to celebrate a holiday.
That is. No, dude, having it stocked up for the holidays and being like, I don't have to deal with it.
I'm just
when you're driving around going, fuck, nowhere's open. You're like, that sucks.
It's like 10 a.m. You're like, I might as well crack the first beer here. Because like I'm trying to make it through all these and it's going to take a while.
Yeah, you turn on the fucking TV, go, ooh, football. Like, I guess I will drink to that.
Nah, dude, I was video gaming all day.
That's nice. We had fun. We went to my family thing, but dude, because they were so overstimulated, they didn't like nap at the family Thanksgiving, and we were there for a while. The ride home was fucking hell.
They were crying the whole way.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, it's hard to drive when you get two screaming babies and Christina's in the back, just like,
just trying.
We had to pull over. Like, at some point, you have to pull over. If you can't get them to chill, you have to pull over and get them out of their car seat and, like, actually.
You're like, I can't focus with the screaming.
No, dude, it's crazy. It's just crazy. You're just like, and then it's, I don't know what, because they scream when we stop. I don't know what we'd do if I got pulled over. I'd just keep driving. Just hanging out the window. I can't stop, dude.
Man.
It's like a fucked up speed. Like, it's terrible, dude. I can't brake. I just got to keep going.
Dude, I am so glad I don't have to deal with any of that.
They're so good traveling. That's why I was like, it's the first time they really had like a meltdown. I was like, dude, that's why I was thinking like I could never. Christina's friend flew to London with her kid. She has a 4-month-old.
That lady should be shot.
I was just like, what if they had a meltdown like that and you're just on a plane?
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Would they let you get up? Can you get up? Because you have to get up with a baby.
Oh, yeah, especially long flights. There's like long periods where you can kind of get up.
And I think it would, if you have a baby, you need to be in first class.
You need to not fly. You're not allowed to fly until that baby is old enough to fly.
Paid all that money for a first class trip to London,
and then your baby cries the entire way.
I sit down with
or somebody else's baby.
2 babies. Just hope this goes well.
Oh my god!
Like that's where you got to give them a sleepy sticker. You got to just like that should be. You should be able to medically induce that baby.
Yeah, you should be.
You're like slipping a baby is there.
Man, you gotta really be a bad person.
No,
I'm gonna fly with infants.
Something like for sure.
You're driving. Yeah,
that's how you.
That's how you
right
get
into the ocean.
No, you don't get to travel the world if you have an infant. No, you take care of your baby. If you do well, then maybe your baby can fly as a toddler and not freak out.
Yeah,
and then you can travel.
Yeah.
But you don't get to fly with an infant. That's insane.
I would avoid that at all fucking costs. There's no way.
Dude, I think that we live in a too baby friendly world.
Well, let me tell you, I worked
kids are
and it was
kids are allowed everywhere.
All right, hold on. Before we get into this, what was your first minivan? Tell me about that, dude. Yeah, look at that callback. I had that thing a bookmark.
2001 Ford Windstar, silver, right? Family car. We had it forever, and
no, so it's stained.
It was beat the fuck up, dude. It was.
There's still animal crackers deep in it.
To this day, anytime I've talked to any car person who's like, "You had an old Ford," they're like, "Those things don't get old. Those things are shitty." And I'll be like, I sold mine with this much mileage, and they're like, "What?
How many miles?"
Like 280,000.
No way, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was,
okay,
dude,
so
and I was not taking good care of it. So,
how old were you?
So when I was a teenager, I was driving, and it was still kind of like a split family vehicle.
Nice.
But it was like if I was driving one, that was it. And then I got the motorcycle, so I started riding that. But if it's raining or snowing,
that kind of makes sense. You were like, "No, I gotta get a motorcycle."
Yeah.
But if it's raining, you pulled up at the fucking shaggin' wagon, dude. That's awesome.
Now, here's the thing. I went to the Army, trained in Oklahoma, went to Korea for a year, came back, went to El Paso. Like a month later, it was like Christmas leave. So I got to go home to Minnesota, and my parents gave me the minivan with the caveat of don't bring this back.
Like, take this thing to its final resting place.
And here's the thing. They had the motorcycle, too.
Yeah.
So what we did is we got ratchet straps and we pushed the front forks in on the motorcycle so that we could get it into the back of the minivan.
What? And that's how you traveled with it?
I drove from Shakopee, Minnesota to El Paso, Texas with my motorcycle in the back of my minivan.
Is awesome.
And then I drove that thing into the grave, fixed it just until it was running again, which was a whole thing. I enlisted a lot of help of mechanical friends. And then I sold it the day before I was leaving, like out of the Army, getting out, leaving El Paso, going home. And I'm like, I didn't plan this well. It's Sunday. I'm leaving tomorrow. I have to get rid of this thing.
Dude.
And I basically... This was before Facebook Marketplace, I think. This was way back. I called around to a lot of like junkyards, and then when I sold it, I finally got a guy who's like, "Okay, I'll come pick it up on Sunday." And he's like, "Does it run?" And I'm like, "Mostly, kind of."
Yeah, sometimes
it'll get you. I mean, it might get you there.
Yeah. Are you a religious man?
He was, and I'll tell you how I know. Because he showed up early Sunday afternoon to buy this minivan for $450 cash. He pulled up in another minivan, not much better condition, with his whole family. Like him, his mother, I think, like an older lady, his wife, and then like a bunch of kids in the back.
Oh my God.
And they like rolled up from church, bought this minivan, and that was it. That was my Ford Windstar. They probably
drove that thing down the street.
Nah, dude, that thing ran drugs over the border for years to come, I'm sure.
Oh man.
That thing probably got like a name because they're like, it's the longest running Ford Windstar ever made.
That's somewhere in a museum.
The cartels got it up to 500,000.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That was my first minivan.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I think it'll be cool. I want all the shit in it.
What I liked, and this is not something you're going to be able to do, okay? In the Army, when we would go to a bar with like a group of friends, I would be able to drive everybody. So we would all get in the minivan and I would drive everybody. And then to pick the designated driver, I would say, I drove here, who's driving back?
Oh, man.
So I always got to drink.
That's a good move.
I threw up out the window of my own minivan so many times. Real degenerate shit.
Yeah. Dude, my move was I had a girl that I dated that would drive home. Like, she didn't care. She would just drive home from the bar. She was like, I'll do it. I'll drive, one of those people. But I would always get out because it was right around the corner, but I would get out and surf on the top of the car. How fucking stupid is that? Dude?
That's crazy that she would let you do that.
Dude, I would remember sitting on the front of the car, like on the windshield, like craziness. But
That's
it was
insane.
in the neighborhood, and then it's like, you don't think our neighbors were probably just looking out the window like these fucking idiots, dude.
I had a buddy during that time, comedy friend, because I started comedy in El Paso there.
Yeah.
Where he would drive on base, because Fort Bliss is an open base. So, like, just with any U.S. citizenship ID, like your driver's license, they'll let you on base. So he would come on base, he would pick me up, and then we would like go to a mic and then go bar hop because he wouldn't drink. He just like wasn't into drinking, but he was a big stoner.
Nice. That's
so he would pick me up. As soon as we left base, he would pull out a bowl and he would smoke it. And by the way, his car reeks of weed. He handed a soldier his ID with his car just reeking of weed. And
with
that
a
soldier,
just burnt bowl.
Nothing to do. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think about that. Like kids used to smoke weed in their car and just put the bowl in the console. Like, dude, what?
He would whip out this bowl. He would smoke to the open mic. I would start drinking at the open mic. because I couldn't smoke. So I was just drinking.
Yeah.
So then when we would bar hop, it would be like we would basically go from place to place, and I would get progressively drunker, and then he would smoke in between, and then he would drive me back on base and drop me off at the end of the night.
That's a good open mic run.
That guy's
that's crazy. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah, that guy's a radio co-host now.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Morning radio in El Paso.
Yeah, getting pulled over with the bowl is just like
crazy.
You have no like. There's nothing you can do. You're just fucked.
I'm surprised. In hindsight, I'm surprised I never got in trouble just for being in that car. Hammered.
That's what I mean.
Because they would just make assumptions.
Yeah. As soon as you get pulled over, it's like, dude, people used to smoke weed with the windows rolled up. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's going to be a literal Cheech and Chong episode.
Well, but that's when everybody was smoking cigarettes with the windows up. True. You know, everything already smelled like smoke. I think people might be more sensitive to smoke now than they were at that time.
And weed, I think, smells stronger now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I think weed is strong. I mean, just going to a concert. When you go to a concert, it stinks like now I think more than ever.
I was never that close to weed culture until I was out of the army doing comedy.
Weed culture is fucking obnoxious. Like wearing weed leaves on your shirt and shit.
Crazy.
It's like, get the fuck away from me, dude. It's like I was never really into like just portraying that, you know what I'm saying? Like I had that phase when I was younger, but then it's like, yeah, I'm just getting in trouble. You know, like if you're a white dude with dreadlocks, you're gonna get in trouble. Somebody's like, hey, come here. What's in your backpack? And they should, you know what I'm saying? Because 90% of the time you have something in your backpack.
Yeah. If you're dressed like that, for sure. Mm-hmm. That's why you have a backpack.
Yeah. Well, I learned quick. Somebody was like, yeah, just don't dress like that. And you won't have to worry about it. You're like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's how it works. I mean, it's like putting like a brewery's bumper sticker on your car. I'm like, what are you?
Yeah. What are you doing? Hey, I love the Grateful Dead too. It ain't going on my vehicle.
No.
It's like we went to Bonnaroo one year and they gave you with your tickets, they gave you a bumper sticker.
And you're like,
and I'm like, what? Dude, what are you doing? Dude, you just letting the Tennessee State Patrol, like, hey, just in case you're wondering, I'm headed to the drug festival up the road.
trying to make a bust. Follow me.
LSD, dude. This way.
Crazy.
It's insane, dude. Yeah.
Follow me to a land of felonies, boys.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm a dentist. We saw somebody getting busted. When we got pulled over that one time, I was telling you we got searched at Bonnaroo. The guys that were getting in trouble in front of us had tanks. And they just had them underneath the RV, clanking around. The dude's like, first off, this is goddamn dangerous. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of pressure.
I just remember like seeing
how much pressure is in one of those
tanks? I mean, probably a bomb's worth. I mean, like if you got 10 of those
that's a good measurement.
Yeah, it's a bomb's worth of... Dude, ever since you showed me those tanks exploding at the brewery, every time I walk by one, I'm like, let me find out. Okay,
so 900 to 1,000 PSI.
Oh, my God.
Is quite a bit.
Well, what I was getting at is those guys that were pulling out the nitrous tanks, they all had white dude dreads, tie-dye.
Of course.
You're like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So back to what we were talking about. I had Beers Giving, right? Beers Giving this year was the busiest year at the brewery ever. Like, I think the most they've ever done is 19. They did 26 or something. Like, crazy, right? It was like a fucking concert.
Yeah.
So I'm like pushing through people. And I thought last week when you were saying that people that bring children to a brewery should be hung in a town square, I was like, maybe that's a little much. Mm-hmm. Dude, these people had their kids on the brewery floor coloring. In the middle of the chaos of fucking Beers Giving. And I like almost fell over this kid. I looked at this lady. I'm like, dude, not cool. Like the kid's got to go. She goes, no, they're all right. She's like, what?
Yeah.
No. The fucking fact that people just let their kids, and it seems to be only at breweries that people do it.
Yeah, because we've allowed it to be socially acceptable. And since I worked in breweries, I've been railing against.
I now that was my first experience of really being like, this is out of control.
Yeah.
There's a ton of fucking people in here. Like, there's no reason for your kid to be on the floor. People are dropping glasses everywhere. Like, it was crazy.
It's a drinking establishment. I don't understand how people think that it's okay to bring kids. And it's gotten to the point where now, like, the industry thinks it's okay, too.
Well, it's like, dude, Sunday afternoon at like 12 o'clock in the daytime is different than beers giving at fucking 10 o'clock at night. It's like, but people are getting fucked up in here. Like, your kids are just absorbing all that.
Here's the thing. You play the gray space, there's always going to be kids where there's not supposed to be.
Yeah,
you got to just hard cut, no kids. This
Jenga
is a
and
bar.
Large wooden Connect 4 is the gateway to your brewery turning into a playground.
Yeah.
Because the games can kick rocks, too. I'm so sick of picking up Cards of Humanity. Like, that shit can fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
And as somebody that does Zins are the new cigarette butts. Yeah. People just throw those fucking things everywhere. Yep. It's disgusting. It pisses me off so bad. Yeah. Like, every time I see somebody put a Zin in, I'm like, bro, I'm clocking you. I'm clocking you, dude. Watching. I will bring a trash can to you.
I'm going to watch you stick that under a table, and then I'm going to punch you in the back of the head.
Dude, they just throw it on the floor. Ugh. There's so many people that just throw them on the floor. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. We got like 9 trash cans in here. Like, at some point, now you're just being a dickhead. It's like pissing on the bar floor. I'm convinced that's like a power move. That's somebody just being like, there's no, like, you'll walk into a bathroom, like, there's no way this was an accident. No. We're
sometimes
2 inches deep.
it's clear. Yeah, you're like, I see what happened. Like, somebody tried to play the long game, but they weren't working with the pressure they thought they were, you know?
They didn't have the PSI.
No, they didn't. They weren't up to that 900,000 mark, you know? They were looking.
Somebody explained it to me one time because I was like, how is there so much piss? And then this was their theory of the piss on the floor, is that it starts with a little dribble. You know what I mean? And that means somebody backs up and then backs up. And now you got people at the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, by the end of the night, people are shooting threes.
Yeah, you know what? I think that is a pretty good theory, actually.
Yeah, once I was like, okay.
And it accelerates, like, it's like exponentially worse.
Yeah. Well, another one that is a very, like, I get is the ones that go all the way to the floor.
The best. That's big in the Midwest.
Those are great. We need more of those. You can't miss. It's just basically pissing on a wall.
Those should be in every bar. Yes. You know what's a dangerous situation I've walked into a few times? You ever been to where they have the trough, but it's a floor level trough? So it's like you could step into that like so easy. Mm-hmm. Dude,
I've seen it, dude.
That's risky business.
I was at a concert at Chastain, and they have a trough, and the guy was leaning against it and just was, he was so drunk. I was like, oh no,
dude, you gotta burn those pants.
Oh, dude, he was so drunk. He went to go wash his hands. I was like, you're covered, my man. You're covered in other people's piss.
Knees,
OPP.
Knees down, buddy. You're fucked.
You gotta burn those.
You gotta turn those into Daisy Dukes.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was probably 9 years old, 10 years old, and we were playing at a place called Central, and they had this big like castle as their like press box. And I remember we got to play in the like big stadium. It was like, I forget, maybe playoffs or something.
Hell yeah!
But I had to pee, so I had to run up to the bathrooms, and they had a trough. But I had my helmet. And I was peeing, and I didn't have my mouthpiece connected. Dude, it fell right in. I remember just being, like, mortified. Oh, my. It rattled me. Bro, I wasn't good for, like, a whole half of football. Like, I was rattled.
I mean,
because you mold them through your mouth. And at that
But you left that, and you're like, I need to get a different one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That one's gone forever.
I know, but it was my molded one. And I was such a weird little kid. I was like so OCD in particular about game day. I was just like, that devastated me, dude.
You were like, I'm never going to play football the same again.
No. And it was just like a horror movie as soon as it fell into the trough. I had a buddy that said he dropped his phone at Chastain and got it. I was like, no way. I've seen people at Bonnaroo. I saw a big line one time.
If you drop your phone, you just got to piss on it until it's like unrecoverable and get a new one.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw somebody go. They were trying to go into the porta potty at Bonnaroo. They dropped a phone in there. Girl was texting. In a big old horse pile, dude. No way.
Nope.
It's dead to me.
I'm gonna just kill myself now. I'm just gonna.
I'm going to spiral on mushrooms for the next 8 hours. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm going to find a ton of Oxycontin and take all of it right now.
I'm actually looking for fentanyl.
Does anybody have something that's going to make me OD real fast?
I'm on Shakedown Street. Need to OD. Anybody.
Assisted suicide, anybody?
Yeah. Anybody got a pod? Just have a suicide pod with a sign that says you won't.
I'm glad you've come around on kids at breweries, though.
It was outrageous because it's like, dude, there was broken glass and like none of the parents give a fuck. There was like 6 kids and like a table of parents, and they're just Lord of Flies over here.
Yeah.
You're like, what is happening?
They're doing whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's good for kids. They should do that. Not at a drinking establishment.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That's
pretty
not
rough.
the place for that. That's like what kids do during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is you get together with the cousins and you
This
try
is
to
not where
figure
you
out
play sorry.
how to do things you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Because if you have a group of kids trying to do things they're not supposed to at a place that is not designed for kids, that's where shit gets weird.
Yeah. No. It's not the place. I'm with you now. I'm 100% on board. Let's get the guillotine. Let's get the fucking people out of here, bro. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we should just show up one night, like get like a group of comics.
You have gallows. You just
Dude, show up with a bunch of torches.
we'd have to have mixed company. Bunch of guys, white guys with torches.
Oh no,
Not a good look.
here's the thing. I think we could get people on board.
Yeah, you gotta have signs.
I think we could get Sham on board easily.
It's just not
Because here's the thing:
place for
if you
children.
tell Sham we're hanging white people in any context,
Yeah. It's just not it. Dude, it was, I saw a guy that I knew from high school, and it was like just somebody I didn't want to talk to. So then I had to play hide and go seek because I was like running around. I was like, dude, this sucks. But
man,
he had on a championship ring from a Division II football team that he did not play on. And he wore it the day before Thanksgiving and was in a vest. So I felt like I won. Dude. Because at first I was like, he's going to see me. I'm waiting tables. It's like bartending. It's my second job. He's going to feel like, Keegan's a fucking loser. Still bartending. Then I saw he's wearing a championship ring for like a Division II. I was like, dude.
he just like won that in a bet.
It's crazy to wear that. Like, unless that's a Super Bowl ring or
Yeah.
like the national
Yeah.
championship, dude.
Like you're making a fashion statement that is I am a moron.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. It's not there's nothing significant about
I
this.
was like, wow, dude. It made me feel instantly better. But dude, then he stood in the service well with his
he's
friends.
like I found this.
Yeah, like then he stood in the service well with his friends. I was like, yo, dude, I'm about to fucking It's crazy. I looked at a guy and was like, hey man, I need to get by you because I got to put glasses right there. And I know it's going to blow your mind, but I'm coming right back for the 12th time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me to think that people would stand there. It's like, bro, if somebody passes by me twice and it's the same server,
Yeah.
I'm
like,
not
I'm
standing
in
there.
the way now. Yeah.
People will stand in front of doors. Like at my other job, we have the door will open and people from the party will stand in front of it.
That's another group of people that should probably.
That's just like, what are you doing?
Is anybody who walks out of a door and then immediately stops to figure out where they're going now?
It's crazy.
It's like people have like video game loading screens where like they walk through the door and then they have to like reorient where they are in the world.
Or some people get like they will not even try to find the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, dude, like you paying it.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's that sign with the giant arrow.
Yeah. I mean, or you could just start walking around. It's not a huge place.
Yeah.
There's not a lot
It's
of
not
places.
catacombs. You're not going to get lost.
So think about it this way. You're standing in there. You're like, okay, so that's the place I definitely am not allowed to go.
Yeah.
This area, there's not a bathroom here. I know that. There's a hallway there, and there's nothing else.
Dude, I did that on
Where's
LSD
the bathroom?
in Florida.
Oh, you just couldn't find...
Went to go find the bathroom and walked into the kitchen on LSD, and it was like, dude, it's bright in there. And I walked in, and everybody just turned around and looked at me, and I went, whoa, whoa. And the guy was like across the hallway. I was like, It rattled me for a good 30 minutes. Dude. I stood in the bathroom like, I don't know why that was so scary.
Dude, you were just sitting on the toilet, spiraling in a Chili's.
I was about to clock in, dude, and just start working. I just immediately start prepping. Just.
What if your instincts took over and you just start cutting limes?
Like, I don't know who he is, but dude, he's killing the sidewalk.
Yeah. And I think that we don't have to pay him because technically we didn't hire him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just been rolling silverware for the
He's
last
just volunteering.
I'm just tripping. I don't know what to do.
All right, we're going to have to stop him because he is getting tears on the napkins.
He is crying in the dining room. That was when we went to Seaside, which is where the Truman Show was filmed. And so, like, all around is these bike trails. You can go all over Seaside, Florida. It's right in the Gulf. It's gorgeous. And so we ate this acid, and then we started cruising around. But then when you get to the downtown, it's where they shot the Truman Show, and they didn't change any of it. So it actually looks like that. So, dude, we came pulling up on these bikes. You just get off your bike, and you're just in the Truman Show. It was
and you guys were on acid?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot to wrap my mind around. It was very...
You were, like, looking for the firmament?
Yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm on the fucking Truman Show. I was, like, talking to the camera that wasn't there. Like, can you believe this?
Yeah, you're, like, talking to flowers.
They're like, there's another one. We got another dude tripping.
I bet that does happen a lot there.
A lot. Dude, we were so fucked up. I asked, like, the girl I was with asked a guy, like a maintenance guy in a truck. Like, she goes up to him. We couldn't get out of this neighborhood. We just kept going in a circle. In retrospect, we were probably just going around a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, you were going around. There was like a circle square in town. It would be like if you just kept taking lefts on Marietta Square, and you're like, why aren't we getting out of here?
Yeah, like it was like, and then it started to get to where like, are we never going to get out of here? And I was like, that's a funny thing for me and you, but she like involved a civilian. She just rolls up to these people's truck, and the guy goes, hey, what's up? She goes, how do I get out of here? And he's like, get out of where? And I'm like, get away from the car. Like, he's about to call the police on you.
Dude.
It's like 1 PM.
Oh, man.
In Florida. It's a crazy place, though, man. It's like this artist community.
They're used to that.
No, it's an artist community, and they have like blown glass in the ponds and like these little bridges. That go, it's so cool. And every little beach house is like its own little beach house that like some cool artsy hippie person lives at. So everything has this really cool artwork. It's a cool place to go. Seaside is dope.
Yeah, never been. I'm going to Florida at the end of the month.
Really? Y'all going for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Everybody staying in the same house?
No.
Multiple?
We're my parents found a neighbor that isn't going to be there for Christmas, so we're gonna rent their house too.
Nice. A little like, hey, let's not involve Airbnb. Let's just.
Well, because
that's dope. That's the best way to do it.
It's still 4 kids.
Yeah.
And 2 parents, and now a young child. Like I have a niece now, so like we got a little one too, and it's like, guys, we're not. This house is not as big as the one we grew up in, and that one was not big enough for the number of people we had.
Yeah, we're too old to be couching it.
Yeah.
It's too much. No air mattresses.
So we were like, Mom, we're not doing this unless you either figure out a situation or you accept that half of us are staying in hotels.
So the house was the compromise?
Yep.
Nice. That's a good compromise.
Yeah.
Y'all going to have some golf carts?
My dad did buy one.
Yes, dude, you got to. If you're in Florida, you got to have the golf carts because that's my whole family grew up doing that.
We're probably going to go golf very badly.
That's good too. Even just hitting the driving range is fun, dude.
That's more because I hit the driving range so infrequently that like every time I do it, I'm like shocked by how much I've forgotten about how to do this.
Yeah, how much your body won't do what you want it to do. You're like, what the fuck?
Man.
And a lot of those courses in Florida have like houses right on them. That always makes me nervous. Because it's like, dude, I don't play enough golf to be whacking this ball by somebody suntanning outside. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dangerous.
Did I tell you about the course I played on as a kid? My uncle works at a private course in northern Wisconsin that is owned by S.E. Johnson.
Okay.
A family company. And it has like I don't even know how many. It has several flat out mansions, like multi-million-dollar mansions, and it's like this huge family. It's like you're like, oh, this is why like giant financial empires fall, is because one guy builds something, he has 5 kids, all those kids get married, they have 5 kids, and now you're like,
and nobody's working.
You're 3 generations away. Most of them aren't working, and they're just living in mansions and golf courses.
And now they have a coke problem. They're just bleeding money.
Yeah, but my uncle
getting pardoned by the president.
But my uncle, pretty much.
Could you imagine, dude? Like he's pardoning the turkey, and you're like, bro, if you don't fucking fly one of those my way.
I feel like Hunter Biden's definitely the first crackhead to get pardoned.
No. Can't be. Somebody else. I mean, didn't Trump pardon a bunch of different crazy people?
To receive a presidential pardon?
Yeah. I mean, he might be that we've seen smoke crack on video that we know for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the first person that there's video evidence of smoking crack.
I know, that is crazy.
That has a presidential pardon.
He really just said fuck y'all on the way out. Like, I really have come around on Joe Biden do that shit. I'm like, I mean,
I respect.
Can we get a tell-all now? Can Hunter come out and start a podcast? Holy shit.
I respect his level of fuck you for fucking me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he wanted to run. He doesn't understand that he can't. He's literally incapable.
He went the absolute opposite way of Bernie.
I don't think it was nice the way. I don't think he was happy about being forced out. And he's just been...
No, they probably handed him a note like the Riddler that just said Amendment 25.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. So you played on a golf course. SC Johnson.
Oh yeah, so we would play that golf course because my uncle's been one of the maintenance guys forever. So he can bring groups on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's always the course we would play because we could play it for free.
Play for free. It's such a nice course. I went one time with my dad and his best friend and his best friend's son. And his best friend's son was a good golfer, right? Really good. And probably could have been a professional golfer if he ever could have got his shit together. He just loved to gamble and was really into drinking, never could get his shit together.
Golfers, man.
But me and my dad were playing, and, I never played. I didn't give a fuck. My dad's pretty good. But, dude, this son and dad were getting into it. And started getting chippy. Dude, it got to where we were having to split them up and be like, yo, you got to ride in my golf cart. You got to ride in the other one. Because they just were talking close to each other. Dude. Yeah. It was so funny. And the kid started whipping his ass. And the dad, a couple of beers. You know what? It's my dad never played video games with me. Ever since 2K came out on Dreamcast, the football game. I beat his ass with Randy Moss, dude. That was a definitive night where he just quit playing.
He was like, I'm never doing this again.
That and what was the boxing game that came out on PS2? It was Knockout or something. It was a really good boxing game. My dad played it once. I was that's bullshit.
My dad always was... my dad gets dizzy from video games. Anything 3D at all. He's oh, I can't do this.
Yeah. No, has he done the Oculus?
I don't think
He'll
so.
fucking pass out, dude. That shit makes me dizzy.
I can do it. It's weird, though.
Have you been playing any Oculus?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I've been trying to play this mouse game, but there's some glitches that make it hard to work through.
Yeah. I would just watch videos on it, I feel like.
I get... This screen is higher definition than what I get out of the Oculus I have.
Oh, okay. You know what I would wonder is when are they going to do the Oculus in a deprivation chamber? In a float tank with the
Somebody's
Oculus
done
on.
it. Somebody's done it for sure.
That's the Matrix. That's how we end up in a simulation and you live in another life.
Or you've seen the running pads where there's a thing you get strapped into?
Yeah. That looks awesome. Now I'd be into that.
I bet they're really expensive.
Yeah. That's why we need to bring that back where you could go to that like an arcade.
Yeah.
We need virtual reality arcades.
Treadmill VR.
Yeah, the treadmill VR where you actually have to run, and then nobody could say you were getting fat playing video games. Video gamers would be in shape.
Okay, that's not it.
Yeah, I mean, I think because we were talking about it, me and Christina were talking about it with the girls. Like, what is it going to look like? They're 3 months old. Like, what is it going to look like when they're 16?
Here it is. This is the thing.
Yeah, where you can run on the thing in your living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we, 5 years away from that being affordable?
Probably something like that.
You know what I mean? I mean, I could get into that. Give me a Ghost of Tsushima where I actually get the sword fight. That shit would be awesome.
$3,500.
That's not bad.
I mean, that's pretty expensive, but
I feel like that's what I mean. That's such an early version of it that, like, say 5 years from now, it's going to be crazy. It's going to get to where living in that world is cooler than here.
yeah.
And it's going to be like, well, it's too expensive to own a house in the real world, but I can lay around in this tank.
Yeah. I can.
And especially when you start getting like sex robots, it's over.
Yeah, as soon as you can hook an auto blow up to this thing
And
then sync it,
dude,
game over.
Game over.
Yeah.
They're going to win the war.
I feel like the world is going to end in a different way before that. Like, that feels like... I don't know if we have the 10 years it'll take to get there, you know?
Dude, did you see that thing about the Rothschild, David Mayer, that like ChatGPT will not say his name or tell you who he is? So one of the Rothschilds, that's the guy that's getting all the money and like is active now. They figured out that ChatGPT won't even recognize his name. It's like, nope, I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, that's some Terminator shit.
I hate it.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's a bad omen. That the one active Rothschild ChatGPT is like, never heard of him.
I don't want to get fucking killed. What are you, crazy?
Like, dude, what are you doing? Quit asking immediately. ChatGPT is like, you're on a list, bro.
I'm putting you on the list.
Yeah, that's how you sign up. That's like the code phrase.
Use code Rothschild to get on our exclusive list.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, you know, people that really get into conspiracies, it's like eventually you're going to go down that hole, but goddamn, that's a deep one. With no resolution. That's where you really
No,
get.
the problem is it always circles back to the Jews.
Are the Rothschilds Jewish?
I've
all that
always
big New York stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of, there's no like where I don't feel like there's like a one story about this.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's kind of got their own fucking idea about how all this shit went down. And I'm like, that's where it gets tiring because most of the time it ends in the Jews and I don't like, and it's just,
I know nothing
to be honest, it's just too like one noted. You know what I mean? Like
I
one
know
day,
nothing about the Jewish religion.
like one day, like, the Iranians, you know what I mean? Like the Iranians are controlling the weather. Like let's mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up a little bit? Did you see they're trying to pass legislation in Florida to be like you can't control the weather?
That has to be a meme that you.
No, that's somebody being like we're putting our foot down. You're like,
no, that has to be a meme.
Do you think they can control it? Do you think that the controlling the weather is a possibility? Do you think HARP can control the weather?
I don't know, man.
They introduces a bill to ban weather modification.
Okay.
There you go. 2 days ago.
I think that means yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Everybody said you couldn't do it. It's a slow rollout. They're gonna be like, well,
you can, and
they
but
did
like
it in Vietnam. I read this whole thing when I was reading about weather modification. They did it in Vietnam with one of the trade routes, and they made it rain for like 6 fucking months, and it got so muddy they couldn't get supplies in and out.
What?
And that's documented that the U.S. government did that. But like,
how did they do that?
They did it through like with the clouds, and they can seed the clouds. They do like rain seeding, and they did it to where it like half the year it rained, and it just fucked up this trade route. But I was like, that's what they're telling us. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a power. If you could wield hurricanes, holy shit.
They might be able to.
But is it like a machine, or you just find out it's like some weird witchcraft?
I feel like it's like hard to aim. You know?
Yeah, they're like, whoops. North Carolina, yikes.
I was trying to wipe South Carolina off the map.
Like, God damn it, dude. My bad. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, dude, get me out of here. I don't know. Getting ready for Christmas. Have you gotten December 1st, bro? You gotta watch a movie. You gotta get in the mood. I had to get in the mood.
No,
I had to watch a movie.
I don't like the Christmas thing.
I got to because it's the girl's first Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, you have a good reason to.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? If you have to watch a Christmas movie.
Elf, probably.
Really?
Elf is funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That movie, it's just, and it also hit
I was not expecting that from you.
It also hit at the right age.
Yeah. Dude, Elf I haven't watched it in 3 years because we did an Elf pop-up at Two Birds and they ran it continuously for the entire month.
That'll ruin it.
Oh, shit. I had to take a break. I might come back to it this year.
Yeah.
We watched Gremlins last night.
Gremlins. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is, I just like.
That's a fun one.
I don't like any holidays.
Yeah.
I don't like most holidays. I don't like anything that has ceremony involved in any way.
I get that. I can see that.
I hate it. Ceremony is the dumbest shit. Like, what's the purpose of ceremony is so that somebody can show everybody that they can make these people do this dumb ceremony.
Yeah. That's like the candlelight services on Christmas Eve.
It's a power move.
As a kid, I hated going.
Hate it.
Because it was like we had to go to that before we went to go get presents and have dinner. So you're just in there choking on perfume. And they wouldn't even let me have a candle.
No, you? Nah.
Yeah, like it was me and my brother, no candle. So you're just watching other people with candles, dude. It sucked. Everybody's got that little piece of paper so it drips.
Man, even I was allowed to have a candle.
Yeah.
But I did burn myself once. And then I didn't want a candle the next year.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't paying attention and it made it through the little paper because those things don't work.
No. It's terrible. With all that money, that tax-free money, you think we'd get a better candle set up.
Nope.
The perfume was stifling. It was crazy. I still to this remember, like, it's like walking into Macy's. That perfume was crazy, dude. My aunt was a big perfume lady.
Yeah.
She'd make you sit right next to her. You couldn't fucking breathe.
I mean, that's what aunts are, man. They're all perfume ladies.
I don't know if they're still, like, that was more like that boomer generation got by the perfume industry.
Yeah.
They got, dude. My mom got a bottle of this like special one that was purple that we got every year from Macy's. Every year. It's like, you do not need to smell like a French whore. Like, that's crazy, dude. I'm so glad that went out.
And the commercials are so dumb and just don't make any sense. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I almost feel bad talking about it because it's been made fun of so much. But they still keep making them.
Yeah.
Why do they keep making them?
I think it's like a money laundering thing at this point. I'm like, who the fuck is wearing all this perfume?
I mean, rich people.
Really? Rich people still wear perfume?
Probably.
It can't be good for you. It's got to just be cancer that you're splashing on you. You know, like there's no way.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. I've never understood like aftershave. I just use alcohol, like rubbing alcohol.
I don't. What? After what?
Yeah, shaving. When I had the mustache, I was like, this kind of sucks. Waking up and doing this every fucking day. Get out of here.
I have almost 4 years of being forced to shave every single day.
It's true. I didn't think about
Starting,
they make you shave your face every day?
Every single day. Like they will, like if they see you and they're like, I don't think you shaved today, fucked. Get fucked. That's what happens every time.
What if your hair grows back? You got a little shadow.
I mean, they're checking in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they check. They want to see every morning. They're going to walk through and they're going to look at everybody. And they're going to be like, does that face look like it was shaved within the last hour?
That's crazy that they fucking care like that.
Dude, I had to get multiple haircuts in the same week a few times because I had a bitter fucking first sergeant who was upset that I had thick hair. So sometimes I would...
These people need therapy so bad, dude.
Yeah. No, but they're not gonna. They're just gonna...
No, dude, they're just gonna take it out on you with thick hair.
Yeah. And then they're gonna get out, they're gonna realize they're useless to the world, and then they're gonna kill themselves.
Oh, no. Or good, you know.
That's how it works, man. If you worked your way up in the military, you have no life skills.
That makes sense.
You
Well,
have
you've been in like that.
You have like
arena.
an ironclad way that you are that is not how anybody else is outside of that organization.
Yeah.
And if you try to bring that somewhere else, you're not going to do well.
Yeah.
And if you bring that somewhere else and maybe you did that for 20 years, it's going to be harder to change. I did it for 3 years and I hated it.
Yeah.
I was able to try to figure out how to rebuild a personality. But if you did that for 20 years, how are you going to rebuild a personality at 45?
You're just going to be screaming at people in a traffic stop.
You're going to beat your wife and kids until the day that you kill yourself is what you're going to do.
Yeah, kick your dog and fucking be a dickhead police officer probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. We had a friend's dad that was like that. That was like, dude, he would like hang out after football, like in high school, and like we'd be walking to the locker room and he'd be like joking around with us. We're like, dude, go home. Like it's over for you. Like it's done. Like how sad. You're out here like cutting up with the boys. It's like, bro, we're 17. You're 55. Like nobody wants to hear your story about.
It's because he hasn't emotionally matured.
True.
Since he was 17.
In that arena, yeah. You're not gonna.
But those are the people who are doing well in that arena. Are the people who are like that. So what does that tell you about that arena?
Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't do the military.
It's horrible.
It's just it doesn't sound good. Yeah,
it's an emotional meat grinder.
That's a good way to put it.
Because that's the thing is like physically, it does teach you that physically you can definitely do more than you think you can if it comes down to having to do it. You know? And it teaches you that, which is a good thing to know and to be aware of.
The best use I think I've seen for it was I watched 60 Days In, and the dude was a Marine, and he did really well. And I was like, oh, he's been institutionalized. Yeah. Like he knows what's up. That show is crazy.
He's used to just being at the whim of other men.
Yeah. Yeah, he just fit in real quick. Mm-hmm. That show's insane to me.
Some people would rather live with no responsibility, and they would rather just be told you got to do this and you got to wake up at this time and be here, and then at this time you got to be there, and they never have to think about a thing. Mm-hmm. They never have to figure out how to pay rent. They never have to. They're like literally, they don't have to figure out how to cook. There's always a fucking dining facility they can go to for 3 meals a day. Like there's some people that just that's the level their brain operates.
Yeah, that could definitely stunt you. That's what we were talking about the other day. It's like all the kids that we work with don't live on their own.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that stunts you. Like at 18, I had to move out. Like you got to learn how to cook for yourself. You got to live in a shitty apartment. Like I don't think it's good for you to just stay at your parents' house.
Yeah. Probably not.
No. Can't be. Hopefully the girls are out. I can't do more than 18. They're fucking tiring me out.
You're going to be tapped out.
Dude, you're tired. I think I waited to be too old. I like got down to play with him the other day on my knees. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Daddy can't get up. Oh my God. No, dude. So Christina's been dressing him in these little like Christmas onesies, right? Dude. I went to go change Ava today, and I unzipped this thing because it's like a thick onesie that has footies. So there's nowhere for the smell to go. Oh my God, bro. I cracked that thing open. It knocked me out with the smell. It was fucking crazy.
I wasn't thinking about the smell at all.
It's crazy, dude. Because it has nowhere to go. So it's just incubating in there. So you crack her open. Yeah, the other day, Christina had her, and she was holding her, and she was, like, doing the zipper. I was like, what are you doing? She was, like, airing a fart out.
Airing a fart out.
Yeah. You do. I mean, it's crazy. Just dressing them up for holidays is just such a, I mean, you get, like, one good picture, and then they shit themselves.
Yeah.
It's, like, immediately.
They're babies.
Yeah.
They do 3 things. Not 4 things.
And drool. They drool so much. Yeah, I had to. The other day, I wasn't feeling good, and dude, when I'm not feeling good, I just live like Baron Harkonnen. I'm just like in a bathtub, bro.
Just a bathtub full of oil.
Yeah, dude, just a dark bathtub full of oil just laying in there, just burning it out of me. But I was like not feeling good, and I had to put Emma down in the swing, and then I had to go take a shit, and Ava would not fucking cooperate. Like she was screaming. So then I had to take her in there and take a shit with her on my lap. I was like, this fucking sucks. Just taking a bad diarrhea and a baby screaming at you while you're doing it.
Yeah. Well, because that's always been like alone time. Always. You always get to shit alone. Yeah. But then one time you don't?
No. Ooh. You don't. I think those days are over. Well, I haven't had a long time because, dude, I'll be shitting and Banjo's paw comes under the door like a zombie movie.
Well, that's because Banjo's a monster.
Well, they want to apparently cats want to come in because that's like they protect each other when they're shitting because that's their most vulnerable time. So your cat will always come and sit with you because he's like, I got your back, bro.
Do you think that your cat would stop doing that if you attacked him while he was shitting?
Just sneak up on him like, in the litter box.
He's like, all right, we're not bros anymore. Now he's coming at you when you're shitting. He's like trying to
you. Dude.
You're like, I gotta really make sure that the vents are secure so Banjo doesn't get in here.
I gotta lock the doors. No, it's funny when you see his little paw come under. You're like, dude, get out of here. Bro, the other night I was feeding Ava. It's like 4 a.m. I'm like half asleep, and all of a sudden the fucking drawer from my dresser just boom, like comes flying out. I thought it was like a poltergeist. I like freaked out.
Was Banjo?
Banjo was behind the drawers, and I guess we had closed him and locked him in there, and he's just like, ah! He's like, get me out of here, dude. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Dude, he's been murdering spiders in the garage.
Yeah.
He lines them up. So he sleeps on these 2, yellow utility bins that you have, the black and yellow ones.
Yeah.
So we have 2 stacked on top of each other in a bed because the concrete gets cold. I went out there the other night and he's just laying and there's like 7 spiders all just lined up and they're all, curled up. You're
yeah.
Like, ew, dude.
Why do you think he's cute?
Because he can be, but now I'm like, don't come over here and rub those spider guts on me.
Yeah. No, he's a murder machine.
Dude, he sits in there and there's a crack and they come in through the crack.
And he just gets them.
Yeah, death is on the other side. We leave the light on for him because all the bugs come in. He just fucking murders them, dude. I mean, I'm down with that. Kill all the spiders you want. I didn't like when he tortured a lizard. That shit grossed me out.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, the torturing is where you're like, just bite it. Bite its head. End it.
Oh, he got its little tail.
But
and
he's
he played
like,
with that
he's
until it quit going.
Fucking around, dude.
Yeah. And the look in his eye is what gets me.
He's a murderer. He's a serial killer monster.
I read an Icelandic fucking folklore that was like the Yule cat. And it's a big beast that comes and eats you if you don't get new clothes before Christmas Eve. I was looking at fucking Banjo. I was like, you're the Yule cat, dude.
There is a Yule cat. Yeah. What?
It's Icelandic. It's like their folklore of like...
a huge and vicious cat from Icelandic Christmas folklore that is said to lurk on the snowy countryside during the Christmas season and eat people who do not receive new clothing before Christmas Eve. Dude.
That's a crazy story somebody's grandmother made up. And they're like, why are you giving me sweaters all the time?
Well, now I know that I can't go to Iceland because that thing's going to tear me up. I'm like 4 or 5 years without.
New clothes, me too. Occasionally I'll get somebody's merch.
If it's good merch.
Yeah, if it's good merch. I can't be out here looking like a Crown Royal bottle.
Yeah. You could.
I think we did it.
We did it.
You got anything coming up?
Yeah, this month is my birthday month, so I booked some stuff. I got Tournament of Topics in Athens at the Globe on the 15th. I have Social Space on the 17th. That's in Atlanta somewhere. And I have East Atlanta Comics on the 19th.
Nice.
Come by all those shows. They're going to be
the 16th?
16th, yep. We're going to record.
Nice. Do a little birthday show?
Do a little birthday show.
Fun. And then the only thing I got is the New Year, January 11th. I'm doing Cubanos in Roswell. Me and you are both on that.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, we're going to get
because
that
one's farther out, yeah.
Yeah, get a little bit of time. Get to see Melly. I've never done comedy in Roswell.
I have, but it was bad. It was in a parking lot of a Jamaican restaurant.
That's not good. Parking lot's never good. Just anywhere that random people can walk by is never good.
Yeah, like you ever been to Savi?
What is that?
Savi Provisions, Lennox.
Was it outside?
You know Murray?
Yeah.
It's Murray runs it. It's basically on the patio of a Buckhead bodega.
That don't sound good.
I don't enjoy it. It's the one place I've seen a UFO, though.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, they're coming out the woodworks with these UFOs. I really think Project Bluebeam might be what's happening. Because it's like we haven't heard shit about UFOs, and now all of a sudden we're getting all kinds of
they're coming out of the ocean.
Yeah, they're talking about the ocean. I'm like, what? I don't give a shit about aliens. What's up with Antarctica? What are we doing?
The hollow Earth, obviously.
I mean, I would love if that was real.
Dinosaurs live in there.
I would love if dinosaurs were real. Would you go see it?
No.
No way. I wouldn't want to.
I read Jurassic Park. I'm not.
We would lose some of the autistic community for sure.
Most of them.
Yeah, it'd be like 90.
It might actually.
They would take a train to see the dinosaurs. It's over, dude.
It might actually be the end of autism in the human species.
If there was real dinosaurs, the amount of people that would make that trip.
Despite 6 Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah, God, they were terrible too after a while.
The first one was great.
First one was great, and then the second one was bad from there on. Then the second one could have been so cool because the plot of it is so cool. Somebody said the book was okay. Like
I've heard the second book is good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The plot of it was so cool.
I've heard all the books are good.
How could they fuck it up? All right.
They did.
Later.
Yay.